was like staring me down. This fear just overcame me, and I ran as fast as I could. I could hear the footsteps following me, keeping pace with me. I started praying to God. Welcome, trail friends, to Campfire Legends. Tonight's story, The Walk to the Market. So, pour yourself a drink, cozy up, and get ready for our second cryptid encounter. I'll meet you over by the campfire. Let's recap. My first encounter was down by the creek. I was trapped on one side of the creek, and something was on the other side in the woods, blocking my path. It was shaking the trees, grunting and growling. I was trapped on one side of the creek. I couldn't get away. And then my dog showed up in the nick of time. And it chased whatever it was away from me. It ran through the trees, screaming, howling. And the trees were bending in the direction that it was running. I took that opportunity and I ran out of there as fast as I could. Well, I made it safely home that day. Well, after that first encounter, a couple weeks went by. And it was a beautiful, nice, hot, sunny day. Clear, blue skies. And I decided to walk to the market to go get myself something to eat. Well, let's set the settings. So from my house to the market was probably a good 1.5 miles. And on the way to the market, on one side was some trees and a little bit of pasture that horses were in. On the other side was the gravel pit. And as I walked down a hill and rounded the corner, to the left side of me was a part of the woods that had just been clear-cutted. And as you passed that, you had my friend Tia's house. And then to the right side of her house were more trees, woods. And then as you passed her house, on both sides of the street was thick forest. And as you passed that tree line, rounded the corner, then on the right side was this big, huge field with a very, very tall grass, like wheatgrass. I could run in it and I could hide. It was taller than me. But on the left side, again, were more trees, thick forest. And as I was walking and rounded the corner, passing the field, I saw something walk out. At first, I thought it was a man just walking out of the field. I really didn't think anything of it. I knew that there were hunters that hunted in that field because there was a bunch of pheasants. You could toss a rock and you see the pheasants would just go flying. Well, I continued to walk towards that man, and he just walked out of the field, crossing the street, and was heading towards the woods. Straight across. And then I noticed he stopped in the middle of the road. And he turned and looked straight towards me. I thought, why is this man stopping and looking at me? It's like staring me down. Well, as I got closer, I noticed he looked funny. He was black from head to toe. I really couldn't distinguish his head from his body or even see his face. It was just black. I started thinking, is this really a man? Or is this something else? Well, all of a sudden, this fear just overcame me. And I couldn't move. I was standing in the middle of the road, looking at this. My eyes couldn't believe it. I knew it wasn't human. And fear just grounded me. I was like paralyzed. It seemed like forever. We had a stare down. Well, at that point, I started looking for an escape route. Where could I go? What could I do? I looked to the right of me, and it was the tall, tall grass. To the left of me was the woods. I thought, if I run into the woods, I could find a tree. Maybe I could climb it and get away. And I thought, no, it would catch me. It was too big. And what if it could climb the tree too? I thought maybe I can run into the grass and evade it and lay down and hide in the grass. Part of me knew it didn't matter what I did. Either way, I would be trapped. It would catch me. So what I did was I slowly started walking towards the field. I couldn't even look up at it. I was too scared. And I went and I sat down right at the edge of the field. And I just kept my head down, hoping that it would go away. And then out of the corner of my eye, I seen it walking. And I slowly looked up. And I swear, it just took 2 big steps across that 2-lane road. And it was gone. It disappeared in the trees. I sat there, too afraid to move. I started praying to God, asking Him to keep me safe. And I noticed the sun was starting to go down. And I needed to hurry. I needed to get to the store. So I finally got up and I ran past that tree line. And I ran down the middle of the street. I was too scared in case there was another in the grass that could reach out and grab me. And I was too scared to walk too close to the tree line. So I ran down the middle of the road. I made it to the market. I grabbed my food. And as I started walking back, I said I had to hurry because the sun was going down quickly. So I ran back most of the way till I got to that tree line again. I'd slowed down a little, listening, looking, being cautious. The sun was going down quickly. It was already dusk. I finally made it past the first set of tree lines and past the field. And as I turned the corner, it was trees, woods on both sides of me. And I started losing daylight even faster. As I was walking in between, it got dark really fast. I was doing a light jog, and then I heard it. I heard tree branches snapping. I could hear the footsteps following me along the tree line. I slowed down to take a look, and when I stopped, there was nothing. I started walking again, and I could hear it again, following, keeping pace with me. I picked up the speed a little to a very fast speed walk. I finally made it past that tree line. And as I came out, it was a little bit lighter. Made it past my friend Tia's house. She wasn't home, otherwise I would have ran to her door. Just as I made it past her house, where the woods were clear-cut, I felt safe. I was no longer surrounded by the trees. I started running again, and I ran as fast as I could, down the hill, round the corner, past the gravel yard, and up the hill to my house. I made it safely inside, locked the doors. Nobody was home yet, but I had my dogs with me. Safe and sound. And that, my friends, wasn't my last encounter. Well, I hope you guys liked tonight's story. If you did, remember, smash that like button and subscribe. It's free. And check out my Comfort Sips segment. If you like to have a drink and listen to my campfire stories, that's the place to check out. I have one more cryptic encounter. So stay tuned to the next Campfireside Legends and hear what happens next. Until then, me and Rosie will see you soon at the next Campfireside Legends.